I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Socrates.
Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
How you doing?
Good, and a little sleepy with this rainy weather.
Yeah, it's a little dark and showery today. Mm-hmm. And less than 80 degrees in June in Florida.
I love it.
I know you do, but I wore pants today. You're wearing a sweater. So.
I am. It's lovely.
Just saying, if you get too warm, you can take off your sweater.
Okay.
Thanks
for the reminder.
You're welcome. Today, we are talking about Eureka, Season 2, Episode 8, E equals MC squared. That's an Einstein thing.
It is.
Did you figure out why it's called that?
I don't think there's any reason for it to be called that.
I know. Like, the episode title usually has something to do with the episode, but this week I feel like it didn't.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason specifically for it.
Maybe they couldn't come up with a title, and they're like
random science thing.
Random science thingy by a scientist guy.
I mean, it has a lot of, like, theory of relativity, like, in the experiment that they're doing, which is E equals MC squared.
I suppose, but that experiment really isn't even the through line of the episode.
No, not at all.
It's much more about other things.
Yeah, so, no idea.
Yeah, I'm, like, trying to think if, like, E could stand for, like, one of the characters, but nobody's name begins with E.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. But it did air on August 28th, 2007. It was directed by Tim Matheson and written by Bruce Miller.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, he directed it. He did a good job.
They both did a good job.
They both did a great job. So, for this episode, we open not in Eureka. We're in a different city.
Yeah.
I don't know what city it is, but it's a big city. Mm-hmm. And not our sleepy little town of Eureka. I guess Eureka's not sleepy. But not our small, close-knit town of Eureka. It's a big, big city.
In, like, a coffee shop. Yes. Diner thing.
Coffee shop or internet cafe of some sort. And there's a hacker.
Hacking stuff.
He's hacking away. And he gets caught by the feds. So obviously he's doing something big. You even see on the computer screen some sort of bank transfer.
Yep.
And then he gets caught. And then he laughs at them.
Yeah, it's very Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah. Yeah. Just very first impressions during this scene. What did you think of this character?
Typical nerdy hacker.
Yeah.
Like, again, Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, kind of snarky, kind of cocky.
Maybe Hackers vibes.
Oh, definitely Hackers vibes.
Yeah. See, yeah. I feel like as an elder millennial, my brain goes immediately to Hackers.
Oh, absolutely.
But I get what you mean with Catch Me If You Can, whereas you as the younger millennial go directly to Catch Me If You Can, but you get what I mean with Hackers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Catch Me If You Can come out that much later than Hackers?
Yeah. Hackers was like late 80s, early 90s.
And like late 90s.
I don't think so. Hackers was
the Angelina Jolie movie, right?
Yeah, one of her first.
Yeah.
Maybe it was early 90s.
1995. Oh, okay.
Mid 90s.
I think I've just watched it so many times. I'm like, oh, early 2000s. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Catch Me If You Can was early 2000s.
Yeah.
But our Mr. Hacker guy is still trying to escape from the holding room that he's at the police station until Allison shows up. Mm-hmm. So here's our Eureka connection. And she has a deal for him.
We love a deal.
She wants to hire him. And he's very shocked by this.
Get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I'd take it. Mm-hmm. So then we meet Sam Lovejoy. He is a talent scout. or headhunter or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
You could even probably call him a bounty hunter. I mean, if he's picking up criminals like
Right.
this. Yeah, talent scout, headhunter, bounty hunter, same thing in this situation.
Absolutely.
They bring him to Jack's sheriff department and tell Jack that he's his responsibility. It's like, really though?
Like, thank you so much.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Wouldn't Allison have to be the one, since she's the one that wants to hire him and vouch for him? Wouldn't she be the one responsible for him?
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of part of being Eureka's sheriff, though.
Obviously, because he also has to deal with everybody's arguments about their dreams, too. Like,
Yeah.
he
I mean, being the
just-
sheriff of Eureka is like being the sheriff of Global Dynamic. So, like,
Yeah.
yes, Allison's in charge, but she delegated it to him.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. If I were Jack, I'd be pretty miffed about this also.
Well, he is.
He is. After the credits, because that's when credits happen too. After the credits, Joe is cleaning the Blade Trinity gun. Do you notice it was that same gun from, I think it was the first episode? Joe has that same gun on the desk and is cleaning it. She wants to shoot Zane.
I mean, he's being a little hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Snarky.
A little sassy.
Very sassy.
But Allison wants him alive, so she can't. But there are these fancy handcuffs, wrist cuffs, that Zane is supposed to wear one, and Carter and Joe are supposed to wear the other ones. And then they can press a button and shock him, or they know where he's at all the time.
Keeps him within a certain, like, boundary.
Right, right. And, of course, though, Carter mixes up which one is which. Gets a little shock. So then I wrote down in my notes, the exchange when Zane comes to Global Dynamics is so amazing and too fast to write down. So I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all listen to it.
Your doctoral thesis was on the origins of the universe, right?
First one.
Hey, is this the new kid?
Who are you calling kid, Spartacus?
Ooh, cocky, I like him.
You would.
Stark is getting so snarky and, like, silly about his, like, snark, and I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like it's because he gets to get back to the fun of science.
Yeah,
And what he
absolutely.
loves about it. And no longer just the, what are you... There's a word.
I know exactly what word you're thinking of.
It's not dictator. It's not diplomat.
Not political.
He's no longer the guy in charge of all the red tape.
We're going to think about that word in about 15 minutes.
Probably. And then one of us is just going to shout it out.
Yep.
Cool. But they did bring Zane to Global. They hired him so that he could help work on the origins of the universe experiment that they are doing, which is pretty cool. And Zane thinks it's pretty cool. And he's pretty excited about it.
Yeah, he's asking questions, and Jack's like, chill. And Allison's like, no, Jack, we want him to feel welcome and part of the team. Like, she's like, she's trying to sell this guy on GD.
Yeah.
She wants him.
She wants him to
Want to be there.
Yeah, exactly. She wants him to be hired and be an employee, but be happy about it. And not a flight risk.
Right.
She is kind of putting herself out on a limb too, though. She got him out of jail for this, So if he ends up running and doing more bad things, she could probably get at least in some trouble.
Probably.
Then we head back to Cafe Diem because they're having a grill out.
Little street party.
Yeah, it's a fun little grill for Cafe Diem. You see the chicken on the grill outside. Jack and the talent scout are chatting, and Zane is trying to chat up another girl, or some girl at Cafe Diem. We don't even know who it is. And then he disappears.
Where'd he go?
But relax, Jack. He's just getting napkins. And then Zane ruins chicken for Jack.
Yeah, with true facts.
Yeah.
But facts that you don't want to think about while you're eating anyway.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And Jack just wanted to enjoy some tasty chicken.
But
But
alas.
now cannot and has lost his appetite. And back in his cell, Zane shows how much he knows about picking locks and then asks to watch the TV.
Yeah. It's like, well, if you're going to leave me in here, can I at least watch the game?
So instead of just turning on the TV for him, he hands him the remote.
Don't leave the geek alone with technology.
What part of computer genius did you not get, Jack? I mean, I suppose Jack doesn't consider his TV remote a computer.
Right.
But if you think about it, that's what's inside of it. So here we are. Jack leaves, and Zane promptly takes that remote apart.
Yes.
And then we head back to Sarah. We're at home with Jack, and he's trying to snack because he didn't get lunch. And he's trying to eat pork rinds, but Sarah's trying to ruin pork rinds for him now.
No one talk about what's in my food.
Fair. I don't want to know what's in my food either. I just want to put it in my mouth.
Yep.
And Zoe comes home, but she's frustrated with being the sheriff's daughter.
Because a boy is nervous about her being the sheriff's daughter.
Right. Well, I knew that, but what I wrote, I'm trying to interpret what I wrote in my notes here. I said, funny moment, Jack mumbling what he wishes the invitation had.
I love that you can't read your own handwriting.
All
right, I'm pulling it up.
While you're cuddling it. Oh, what he wishes the interaction had been. That's what it was.
Oh, how you, Dad? I'm pretty good. No, pretty good. Yeah.
That one, the interaction. That's the word I couldn't read.
I'm good. How are you? Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much. I do that all the time.
I just had to laugh. Like, just the way he delivers it is perfect.
Yeah. Such a dad.
It's such a dad thing to do, but also you and me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Next scene. And scene. At Global Dynamics, we get a Henry Stark doing science
It's
moment.
so cute. I like them together.
I love it when they're like partnering up to do like science.
Yeah.
It's always fun because they're both so smart and they play off of each other.
And they just
so
enjoy it so much.
Yeah. So they're starting the experiment at Global, and Henry's kind of getting distracted by wrestling or what was it, boxing?
Boxing.
Yeah, he was watching boxing on his computer screen. Then we head back to the sheriff's office, and Zane has tricked out his cell.
Yep, he's got deliveries coming in left and right, and that's before Prime.
Yes, that is internet shopping. I mean, Amazon existed.
Amazon existed, but it was before, like, Prime.
Yeah, it was before...
Way before Prime.
Really the heyday of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
But he was ordering everything online using Jack's credit card.
Yep, shouldn't leave it on the hard drives there, Jack. Which we all do now, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah,
now everything, we all have Apple Pay.
It's all on our phone. It's all on our computer. It's saved into our Chrome.
Right.
And here we are. But he also ordered a little present for Joe.
He did. A big present, actually.
A lot of
Little presents.
Yeah, a lot of probably very little presents.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And
he is quite the flirt.
Yeah, it's lingerie. I don't know if that... I mean, was the place of business called something lingerie?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know it's lingerie, and it's a big stack.
It is huge.
And Zane wants her to try it on for him.
He wants a little fashion show.
Yeah, he does. Zane, you dog, you.
You dog.
Ugh. And, I mean, Joe is kind of like half offended, but also not
like
upset.
Complimented. Like she's also a little like
she's also like, but you're cute.
But
I'm not supposed to think you're cute because you're a criminal,
right?
And I am a deputy, and she's very conflicted.
Yes.
Now Henry is now, instead of watching boxing, he's watching cartoons.
He's watching Dexter's Lab.
Yeah, he is, which is kind of an
It's
awesome...
hysterical.
That would be the cartoon he would watch.
At this point, I didn't even think anything was wrong. I was just like, oh my god, Henry likes Dexter's Lab. That's so funny. Yeah. Like, I honestly just want that to be canon, that Henry just likes Dexter's Lab.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
He probably does. He wouldn't normally
watch it instead of what he was doing.
Right.
But
yeah, no, I'm here for it. Canon. Henry's a fan of Dexter's Laboratory.
Who isn't?
Absolutely.
Such a good show. Did they?
You know, I never really watched it.
What? We should watch a couple episodes sometime.
I did not have cable when it was on.
Oh,
So,
that would do it.
yeah.
It was on channel 37.
Was that Nickelodeon?
No, it was Cartoon Network.
Oh, okay. There's another channel I did not have because I did not have cable.
Disney was 23, Nickelodeon was 33, and Cartoon Network was 37. TLC was 35, and Animal Planet was 36. Those are the ones I watched.
I love it. I love it that Animal Planet is on the list.
Oh, yeah. Because Animal Planet was such a big thing growing up. Like, maybe not for other kids, but for me, Animal Planet was huge.
Well, I'm sure for
I
many
was in,
kids.
like, the heyday of Animal Planet, though.
I'm sure it was for many kids who had cable.
Yes. Valid.
Yeah, no, we didn't get any kind of cable until I was in halfway through 8th grade. Or 7th grade rather. And even then it was satellite, but not like Dish Network satellite. It was
Like
like
actual satellite.
the OG
Yeah.
satellite dish where I had to like know which satellite in the sky contained my channel.
That's crazy.
And they had the satellites were like G5, G6, E7, you know, and I had to know, okay, so
Bingo.
yeah, I had to know Nickelodeon is on, say, G5 channel 48. Like, so
Jeez.
I had to know the satellite and then the channel. And there was not a guide. I mean, I think there was a guide, maybe, for the channels. But it's not like I could just look up in TV Guide and be like, oh, look, on Nickelodeon, and there's the channel number for it.
Right.
When I was super young, a lot of my friends at school had cable, and they would talk about shows like Pinwheel and, you know, all these, and MTV, and, oh, did you see what happened on it? No. No idea what you're
get
talking
your
about. I have the big four: ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. Like, that's WGN because we're in Chicago, you know? Like, oh yeah, we're talking about Henry watching Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
And the experiment, while he's watching these cartoons, is looking bad.
Yeah. It's getting crazy.
But he just wants to watch his cartoons, so
Yep.
he goes back to it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
This is fine.
Cartoons are on.
Allison is also acting strange. She feels
Hungry.
hungry
She is living, she just seems so free.
and living in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't thinking very clearly.
And when Jack's trying to look in her eyes to, like, see if she's on something, she's like, she's trying so hard. She's, oh, wait, sorry, okay.
She's trying not to laugh. But all the scientists are being super weird. Even Stark, who tells Jack to pull his finger.
Yeah. Silly Stark is something else.
How do you feel about silly, kind of dumb Stark? I know you love smart Stark.
I don't like him as much as Smart Stark.
Yeah.
But I do like Silly Stark. It's getting confusing.
Say it 19 times.
No. I do like Silly Stark.
Yes.
But Stupid Stark gets a little broy.
Yeah.
But Silly Stark, I can
Yeah. Get behind.
get in front of.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if I was behind him.
Now, Zane is very worried when he finds out that nobody's watching the experiment.
Yeah.
Because Jack comes back to the sheriff's office and is like, ugh, Henry's being dumb and everybody's being dumb. And he says, well, no one's watching the experiment. What the hell? Like, Zane is
He's concerned.
very concerned and genuinely,
Yeah.
which Jack still doesn't believe that Zane can be genuine about anything because he is such a prankster and silly about a lot of things.
And very, like, not taking anything seriously.
Right. Except apparently his
The
science.
experiment, yeah.
Yeah. And Allison says that she feels like she's losing herself,
Yeah.
which I get. When that's like a big part of who you are is your intelligence and your degrees and things, and science is what she loves.
Yeah. I mean, just think about those days where we have a hard time, like, we can't, like, put words together, or, like, we just feel like our brain's not functioning at its normal level, and
Yeah.
how, like, almost depressing that feels, like, hopeless. Like, if I can't even do the basics of, like, putting a sentence together.
Yeah.
Or, like, thinking a fluid thought, who am I? Like,
Yeah.
My wit, my intelligence, how I think is who I am. I can't even do that today.
Yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of been there.
Is this when Stark is like, I don't know, I just feel like I can't even keep a thought in my head for 10 seconds. Like, and he's all bro-y.
Yeah, I think this is around there, yeah.
He's just so, like, both of their voices change with their intelligence level, which I think is weird.
Hers gets higher.
Higher and airier.
And more like, childlike.
Yeah. And his just turns into, like, slower, like a bro.
Dude bro.
Yeah.
But also very teenager.
Yeah.
They both sound a lot more like teenagers.
Yeah, they're regressing, like Jack said.
Yeah. Now, Jack is worried, and he goes to try and find a doctor who isn't dumb.
Yeah. I love that.
He does find one by asking, "Hey, are you dumb?"
She said, "I'm sorry?"
She's like, I don't think so. But she is a vet. She's a veterinarian.
Yes.
So she does not have confidence that she can help this problem.
Yes. She's cute.
And
I like her.
Yeah, I like her too.
Does she ever come back?
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay.
I don't remember.
That's enough information then.
What?
That's enough information of, like, if you don't remember.
She's not a
she doesn't become
series
like a main
regular.
Got it.
Yeah. She's not a series regular, but I can't remember if she ever, like, makes an appearance again.
I liked her a lot.
Again, she's, like, not quite confident that she can help in this situation because she works with animals.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still going to try because she's a nice person.
Yeah.
Then we get back to Joe watching Zane, and Zane is hitting on her.
Yep. And it's working.
It has to be. Because she's, like, surfing the net, trying to find out information. And no one surfs the internet in that position.
Correct.
Did you see?
She's, like, bent over the desk with her butt out, like...
She's a cat in heat.
Yes.
Right, in this moment. She's
yes.
like, this is my butt. You should
I'm
look
just
at
looking
it.
something up. Don't mind me.
I mean, surf the net in whatever position you want, Joe. You're not asking for anything except you are flirting.
100%.
You are flirting, and we can all see it.
Yes.
And we don't mind.
And he's asking her about the cuffs.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, it's banter. And she's like bantering with him. Mm-hmm. She's distracted.
And he just seems genuinely interested. Mm-hmm. He's very good at that, too.
Very good at that.
And she does convince Zane to help the situation with all the dumb scientists. Mm-hmm. So that's always a good thing, too.
She said, I'll get your sandwich if you do this.
Yes. Then we get the weirdest, most terrible game of Marco Polo ever.
Marco.
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 No, one of you has to say polo. The game is Marco Polo. Polo.
Polo.
Scientists are not good at kids' games.
No, but it made me laugh.
Yes.
So much. So our cute veterinarian finds that there are low levels of GABA in all of the people that are dumb.
Yes.
That are suddenly dumb, I should say.
Which is a neurotransmitter.
Yes. And you were telling me earlier it has something to do with Alzheimer's?
Yeah, she even mentions it. She mentions that, I mean, it might be newer, but she mentions that it's found in, I think, marmosets. In research in animals, low GABA indicates Alzheimer's, and there's a link there, which is actually true. There is a link to GABA and Alzheimer's in humans. I don't know when that was discovered, so it might have been in the last 20 years.
Interesting.
But it's a real thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
We love real science.
We do love real science.
In our episode. That is not my science corner this time because Maddie just explained it really well. But I have a different one, but that's later.
And it's explained in the episode a little.
It is. It's and I feel like it's better explained in the episode than I could do, so.
Valid. It's a very complex issue.
Yes. Now, everyone who doesn't seem affected gather together in, like, a boardroom, but none of them can really help. We've got scientists of all different types. There's a physicist, And then there's a butterfly scientist.
Yes.
I mean, no one can really help. So as Jack is leaving, he goes, all of you, start studying
Physics.
physics.
And he was like, all right, everybody, see what you can do to help and start learning physics.
He runs out the room. Now, Jack, of course, thinking the worst and thinking the worst of Zane, thinks that Zane did it as a prank.
Yeah, because they're saying, like, if it's radiation, it would have to be very specifically tuned to inhibit GABA.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't just be like, oh, radiation's causing it. It would have to be on purpose that radiation is, like, altered to do that.
And so you would need very specific degrees and several of them in different things. And Jack puts it together, though, that Zane has those degrees.
Yeah.
So he really thinks Zane did it. But he finds out that Zane escaped.
He gone. And Joe's like, oopsie.
Whoopsie, I may have told him how to get out of the cuffs accidentally. Is it Castiel's corner time?
No.
Yeah. Allison sent everyone home because Jack asked her to. And Stark hates how he feels also. This is that moment.
Oh, this is that moment where he's like, I can't even keep a thought in my head for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. His voice just gets so funny. He's just like,
But Allison
What he
and
said,
Stark are bonding over it.
it's so cute.
It's really
But what
cute.
did
They're
he
flirting
say?
like teenagers.
He used an early 2000s, like, or I guess late 2000, whatever.
This is
He
mid.
used mid 2000s, like, it's bunk. And I was like, I haven't heard someone say that since 2007. And even then it was, like, already, like, on its way out. So someone being like, I don't know, man, it's bunk. I was like, oh, okay.
That's like me trying to use slang.
Yes.
Thanks.
You're so cute when you try. But you don't try very often.
Don't, but it happens. It slips out. Zane, then we find him. Jack finds him at the cabin.
Yes, he's like, wow, your supercomputers must be really good.
Yeah.
Or the FBI file must be really in-depth. He's like, dude, I called your mom.
Yeah.
Like,
And the look on Zane's face, like, oh, man.
damn it, mom.
It's always like, I don't care how old you are. If I did something wrong and you called my mom, I'd be like, oh, shit.
Same.
That's the ultimate. Like, yeah, you want to know about somebody? Call their mom.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Jack asks Zane what he did. What did you do?
Right.
But Zane thinks that Jack is talking about picking the lock on the cell. And he's like, I would never mess with the experiment. What are you talking about? That experiment is beautiful. He calls it literally beautiful, which is really cool. I said, Jack hits Zane with some truth, and Zane agrees to help.
He's talking about, like, why would I want to come here? Like, why would I want to do that? He's like, because I think you're afraid that you're going to find the community that you need. And he's like, I don't need community. He's like, of course you do, because everyone does.
Yeah.
And Jack found his community here, whether he, like, thought he would or not.
Right. Jack was hesitant to join this community, but it kind of sucks you in. And because it is such a great community and supportive people.
Neelix, don't eat that.
Please don't eat that. So then Zane goes back to Global Dynamics with Jack, and he comes up with an idea, and he gets done what needs to be done.
Yep.
He's good at what he does.
And he's loving it. He's coming up with solutions, being, like, the problem solver. Yeah.
Yeah. Crowley's corner. So Zane thinks he fixed the problem, but the scientists are all still dumb.
Yeah. So he did fix the problem.
Yeah, he
fixed the explosion.
experiment. Yeah, so we're no longer gonna die.
Right.
So go Zane.
Good job. But unfortunately, everyone is still a little dumb.
Yes, and we do know now that the experiment was not the cause.
Yes.
So Jack talks to Henry, and Henry says something about what Beverly did to him, or did to Kim.
Also, before this, when they're all trying to problem solve when they were dumb, because I think this was before this moment.
Okay.
Henry looks at Jack and goes, Jack, I'm so sorry. I just realized this is how you always feel.
Yeah. And it's Jack takes it in stride.
And Henry means it so, like, genuinely. Like, he genuinely is like, oh my god. Because Jack's having to explain to Henry and Stark and Allison, like, what he's doing.
Right.
And why he's doing it and put it in layman's terms. And then Henry being like, this is how you always feel.
This is why I have to explain things to you.
And it was just so cute and funny and very teenager. Or very, like, not even teenager, like, I would say, like, 7 years old. Very 7-year-old-y.
Yeah.
Of, like, this just came in my brain and you should know it.
Yes. I have no filter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because children will speak the truth.
Every time.
I mean, whatever their truth is.
Yes.
Yes. Children will tell you how it is. Which I kind of love.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because it's truth, but it's never, like, a judgment.
Right.
Like, a little kid can look at me and be like, you're very fat. And I'll be like, yes. Because they don't have any negative correlation to that.
Right.
Unless they've been, like, raised badly.
Right.
But, like, I've had kids do that, and I'm just like, yeah. Or, like, it's usually like, you're bigger than someone else. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay. And then they're, like, go about their business. Like, they're just stating a fact.
Yeah.
There's no judgment.
When my sister was pregnant with her second kid, her first kid walked up to my sister's husband, patted his belly, and goes, "Daddy, are you pregnant too?" Or, "Daddy, is there a baby in your belly too?" Something like that.
When my grandfather died, my cousin was, like, 6, I think. And his other grandmother had lost her husband. And so I think he looked at my dad or somebody, and he's like, Granny Laura lost her husband, and now Grand Patrick is losing her husband. What's everyone going to do with no husbands? All the husbands are dying.
All the husbands die. All the husbands are dying.
What are we going to do about husbands?
Whatever will they do?
All right, back on track.
Back on track. So yeah, Jack is talking to Henry, and Henry just kind of drops something about what Beverly did to Kim.
He said, I just love you so much, and I feel so bad that I've been keeping stuff from you. Like what Beverly did to Kim.
Yeah. But then he gets interrupted
By a yo-yo.
by a yo-yo.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool yo-yo.
Yeah.
And then he forgot what he was going to say.
Yeah.
Now
He
that
said, you can totally have a turn next.
Yeah. That happens to me all the time. I get distracted and I forgot what I was going to say.
Yes.
Obviously. This podcast is evident.
Our blooper reels are evident.
And then Jack finally figures out that the chicken was the common denominator. That everyone who has lost something in their brain ate the chicken.
Because he realizes that Vincent is kind of dumb, and then the headhunter is dumb, and he's like, oh, this isn't just global.
Right. But the veterinarian is a vegan. So, or a vegetarian.
The veterinarian is a vegetarian.
Oh. And Zane kept Jack from eating the chicken and didn't eat it himself. So they're not affected. So, yeah, he's putting these
Pieces together.
So they head to the farm where the chicken came from, and they find out that the meat is grown from stem cells.
From a very eclectic farmer.
Yes.
She is interesting.
Eccentric, yes.
Yes.
She's sweet.
She loves her chicken.
She loves her chicken.
Singular.
Yes.
One chicken.
One.
Specially bred chicken.
Right. And she names off a bunch of different chicken breeds that he's mixed,
Yes.
including a leghorn.
Huh.
And did
A
you know?
Hampshire red.
Yes. But did you know that leghorn is a breed of chicken, and that's where they got the cartoon's name, Foghorn Leghorn?
I did not know that.
Yeah. This farmer, she loves her chicken so much, and she doesn't want to kill things.
Yeah, it started with her cloning that chicken.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, now I don't have to kill anything.
Yeah.
No more slaughtering. What did she say? There was a line. It was the poultry genocide is over or something like that.
Yes.
It
The
was-
avian genocide.
Was it
is
genocide
over.
though? Or what? No, the avian holocaust.
That's what she called it.
over.
Yes. So, this brings us to this week's.
Science corner.
That's right. This week's Science Corner. It's all about lab-grown meat. It's a thing. Like, sort of. Mm-hmm. So, it's also called cultivated meat. And it's the meat is grown from stem cells of different animals, and they're trying it with different animals like beef and chicken and, all the different animals. And this episode aired in 2007, remember. The first cultivated meat burger was unveiled in 2013.
Ahead of its time again.
By Mark Post, a Dutch scientist. He used the stem cells, he grew the meat, he made the burger, here we are. Now, as of right now, some super high-end restaurants in like Singapore will serve cultivated meat, but good luck getting a reservation at those restaurants, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And lots of companies have started working on the technology and the growing of the meat, but it's still very much in its infancy.
It's a lot like 3D printing, but with meat.
Yeah, because I remember hearing about 3D printers like in the early 2000s and thinking this was totally science fiction.
All I thought, I guess it's like the base of 3D printing was like those wax melting pens. It was like a glue gun, but then you could like build on it.
Yeah.
And then now it's like a full-ass printer where you just put in a file and just boop, there it is.
Yep.
And now we're doing it with stem cells and meat.
And now we're doing it with stem cells with meat. And if these companies can figure it all out and we can have lab-grown meat around the world and in supermarkets, it can do all kinds of good environmental benefits.
Oh, 100%.
Because growing meat uses less land, it uses less resources, probably more power, but...
No, think about how much power, like, meat plants use.
Right. True.
So probably the same amount, and there would be less byproduct.
True.
And less methane and the stuff that's killing our environment.
Yeah. And less water, less things like that. So it really could be very, very... And you could grow a lot of it, theoretically, and help the world hunger crisis. So there's all kinds of benefits. But again, still in its infancy, and it's not quite being sold in supermarkets across the world yet.
Right.
Except in Singapore. On May 16th of this year, one butcher shop in Singapore started stocking the first lab-grown chicken. However, only 3% of it is actually cultivated animal cells. The rest of it is plant-based proteins, kind of just like Beyond or Impossible.
Yeah.
So in this case, the science is there and they're really working on it, but Eureka is so far ahead of its time. It's kind of like with Star Trek, where things from early Star Trek are now reality.
Like non-binary? Non-binary was way a thing in Star Trek way before it was even, like, talked about in mainstream LGBTQ+.
True. Absolutely true. Because there were races and stuff that didn't have male or female designations and things like that. But I'm even talking about, like, iPads.
Oh, yeah.
Or...
Computer.
Yeah. Or talking to the computer or touch screens or, any number of things that they used technology-wise in Star Trek early on that have now become just normal.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, Eureka's kind of doing the same thing here. Go Eureka. And that is this week's
Science Corner.
Science Corner. So as we're touring this lab farm, the farmer is showing off the new grow lights that she had installed, brand new, and our veterinarian friend figures out that some chemical in the growing process is blocking the GABA. So the people that ate the chicken ate this chemical, and it's blocking the GABA. And so she comes up with a solution and fixes the town. And all it takes is a little shot.
Boop.
Boop.
Allison said, ow.
And then I wrote, Stark and Allison seem to be getting even closer.
They do. And I actually kind of like the development of their relationship. Like, I thought that maybe, like, that they'd be toxic for each other. But I think as they've both kind of found these new roles
Yeah.
They're kind of finding themselves again.
Right.
And I kind of like it.
And finding each other again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you noticed when Zane was trying to figure out solutions with like the weird computer in the boardroom, he mumbled something about Mrs. Spadara.
Oh, yeah. He was talking about, he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to do it. And Jack's like, dude, not only did you, like, are you smart? You're so smart that you won an award that they don't even give out anymore. And Zane was like, yeah, it's because, like, someone took all of her money and, like, she can't do this thing anymore.
Yeah. So there's a callback to that here at the end of the episode when Jack is talking to Zane at Cafe Diem, and he says, no, you know what? I think you're probably a good guy. He's like, oh, what made you change your mind? And he says, Mrs. Spadara. Because suddenly an anonymous donor
Donated the exact amount.
that she had lost so that she could continue her foundation.
Yep.
Which is sweet.
It's so sweet.
And Jack gives Zane some advice about Joe.
He says, take her to the ballet.
Because he's picking up that there's some chemistry there.
I love it.
And then he cuts him loose. He says, I think you're ready.
Yep.
Yep. You're part of this community now, whether you like it or not.
Yep. Welcome to the jungle.
Just like I was.
Right.
This town has a way of sucking you in.
Yep.
At this point, Zoe comes to him and is chatting with him, and he tells her that people use labels to make life easier, but you define who you are. He's kind of learned that lesson from Zane throughout the day and all that, but also just, it's true.
Yeah.
And so Zoe takes this boost of confidence and thinks that he's giving her permission to go away for the weekend with a boy. Like,
Right.
That's a leap, Zoe.
I did not. Oh, hi. I did not tell you could go. I said, go, like,
Be who you are.
be who you are, go ask the boy out kind of thing. Like, go flirt with him, prove that you're not just the sheriff's daughter. But I didn't say you were cool to go away for a weekend.
Yeah, no. Your dad is not, in fact, cool with that.
Right.
And he is still protective dad. So,
As he should be. I mean, a first date is not a weekend at the lake.
correct. That's just dumb anyway. I can't even imagine. Like, I wouldn't even bother asking my parents.
Oh,
And
absolutely not.
in fact, when I was a senior in high school, a bunch of the girls were planning a, quote, senior trip, but they were just planning it themselves. It wasn't sanctioned by the school or anything, to Cancun for spring break. And like they ended up like later in the planning process sending a letter home to the parents to say, you know, if your kid wants to go to Cancun, here's all the info, la la la, block pricing, all this stuff. And my mom goes, senior trip to Cancun? When were you gonna ask me about this? I'm like, I wasn't. She's like, why? I'm like, because you'd say no.
Dude, I'm in my 30s and I still wouldn't tell my parents if I was going away for the weekend with a boy I had never been out with before. Are you kidding?
Right. Well, and this trip was literally all girls. I went to an all-girls school.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just girls. But I knew my mom was not going to let me go out of the country
Right.
without my parents.
Right.
Or somebody's parents.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm like, I already know the answer. Why would I bother asking?
Exactly.
So, Maddie,
Yes, friend.
I have a game for you.
Let's play.
Smash Pass.
Let's go.
Smash or pass. I already know the answer to this one. Silly Stark.
Smash.
Smash.
So precious.
You know, I would pass. Part of the reason, like, anytime I like him is his intelligence. So if he lost that, I don't know.
I mean, it's not as quick of a smash as, like, Smart Stark.
Yeah.
But I think it would still be fun.
Probably. All right. Smash or pass Zane Donovan?
Smash.
Smash?
I think so. I think it would be a little, like, I don't know if awkward's the right word. Because, like, when he's flirty, he's, like, smooth. But I feel like he wouldn't know what to do with himself once we got there.
See, I would totally smash because he's got the silly craziness as well as the intelligence all wrapped up into one, and I am 100% here for it.
Yeah.
Plus, he likes a tough girl, which I'm also into. Smash or pass, Dr. Emily Glenn. That's our veterinarian.
I don't think it's smash, but I do want to hang out with her.
I absolutely want to hang out with her.
She's a cutie.
Cute is the right word for her, and yeah, I want to hang out with her a lot. She could go on a bestie cruise with us.
Yeah. Bestie and husband cruise.
Yeah. Smash or pass, Sam Lovejoy. He's the headhunter, yeah.
Pass. He's a little too, like, showman. Like, he's too much of a salesman.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel I'd let him take me out to dinner. He'd try and wine and dine me.
Oh, yeah.
I'd let him wine and dine me.
Yeah, because...
That's his job.
Yeah. He can pay for dinner, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about... Smash or pass, our farmer, Carol Taylor.
Pass. She is kooky.
See, and that's why I'm going to smash. She's so weird. Yeah, we can get naked. It's fine. All right. Smash or pass, eating lab-grown meat.
Smash.
Smash.
Especially if I don't know.
Well, I'm fine knowing. I want to know, like, okay, does it taste normal? Does it taste better? Does it taste, like...
See, I think, like, if no one told me, I probably wouldn't notice a difference. Yeah. I'm not convinced half of the meat we buy these days isn't lab-grown.
It's not, honey. The tech isn't there yet.
Not convinced.
We talked about this in Science Corner.
I mean, like, I am all for the environmental effects. If I can't tell a difference, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah. I'm here to smash that.
Yeah.
What about smash or pass doing a lingerie fashion show for St. Donovan?
Smash.
Smash. That would be fun.
Yeah.
It would be fun. I'd try some of that on for him. He's kind of weirdly bad boy. Like, I'd smash, but I don't think I'd date.
He's like nerdy bad boy, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'd smash like once and then be like, all right, move on. But I'd smash once and then let him date someone else because I don't think I could date him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all I got for you today.
We did it.
We did. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll some credits.
Maddie and Rin are a pair of best friends and photographers and lover of all things nerd culture. We have no affiliation with the Sci-Fi Channel or the producers of Eureka.
We are having fun here. Everything we say is our own opinion and thoughts. Nothing is official.
If you want to contact us, you can email or find us on Instagram and drop us a line there. Our email address is youshouldwatchpod1@gmail.com, and on Instagram, we are at youshouldwatchpodcast.
Big thanks and praise, always, to John Eric Copeland for the use of his original song written for this podcast. He is the founder of From the Moment Music at fromthemomentmusic.com.
Thanks, Dad. Now, go follow the show on whatever platform you found us on, and tell your besties to listen. And until next time,
Bye besties!